So after all this time, after the ducking and the dodging, after the pulling out my hair, panic attacks, hitting rock bottom, losing my mind, I'm not putting that on you, just pointing out the obvious. You finally agreed to see me. Why now?
I know you're not gonna like this answer particularly, Brian, but it just felt right. A lot of times over the years I've gone against my intuition. Like a lot of the times my intuition was, yeah, they're right, maybe I should do this and do that, and I didn't. This time, I just followed my intuition and it felt right.
Alright. I won't pry into getting more of an answer out of that. What I will pry into is why. Why'd you see everyone and their mother, except me, when you had to have known that I was losing my mind over not seeing who I thought was my daughter at the time?
Because I knew and know the truth about the paternity test. And just knowing the truth, it was a lot. And if it was a lot for me, I knew it was going to be a lot for you. And I just guess there was a part of me that was too cowardly to look you in the eyes and have to tell you that Joey is the real father of Charlotte. I stand here in disbelief at how your relationship with Joey has grown, and that you're brothers, and maybe if I had known that you guys were getting along, I would have faced you sooner.
Pardon. But to me that sounds like an oversimplified answer. You knew that I wasn't the dad, and you couldn't face me. And obviously, yeah, you needed to be away from everyone because you didn't want to risk your location being leaked. I get that. I wrestle with thinking that I could have kept your secret. But I guess at the end of the day, I was a liability too. But there has to be more than that. You didn't want to hurt me, so that's it. You didn't want to compromise your location, so that's it. Come on. Give me more than that, Miranda.
I think that you wouldn't have been able to see me without it being complicated for you. You know us. And we were off and on, and I didn't want you to think that there was ever a chance to be on again. It was just best that we finally separated. And I think it was the right call.
I'll agree with you on that. Seeing you, I probably would have wanted to be with you. I probably would have wanted to live with you, move away with you. I would have gotten over my anger, my grudge against your mom, all that drama. So you're right. I needed that. As much as it sucked. Maybe I needed to hit rock bottom and experience what that felt like. But what about you? Did you need the space from me? Did you ever think about getting back with me in any way? And I'll admit, I'm just asking for my ego. I just want to hear your answer as a sense of closure.
I can't answer that. I don't know. I lost a son. There were weeks where I had no meals. Like no actual food. I would eat ice cream for every single meal. You didn't see me, but I gained 20, 30 pounds. I was a wreck. I don't know what I would have felt, Brian.
You're right. Sorry. I've been through a lot. And I've been holding in a lot to say to you. But sometimes I forget, even though people constantly remind me. Sometimes I forget what you've been through. And I make things about me. I guess I should have asked this at the start. But how are you now?
I am nothing short of a miracle in my own eyes. I can't believe I'm still standing. I have my good days, and I have my really, really terrible days. But other than that, I'm blessed to be alive.
Okay. Can I just get off my chest what I've been wanting to get off my chest? So that I can get the closure that I want?
Of course. That's what you're here for, right?
Yeah, I guess. I did love you. And probably there's part of me that still does deep down. But I've moved on. What I can't move on from is my daughter. And I say that because Joey has given me permission to be in her life. To be that father figure. That's all I want. You taking her from me, whether it was to escape or not, really hurt. And I'm sorry that it came to what it was, with my uncle and everything in between. But what you did by taking her from me and fleeing and not telling me where she was after I was there for you your entire pregnancy in the delivery room and everything in between, that hurt. You hurt me. And I know I hurt you. I'm not taking away from that. But my God, you hurt me. You damn near killed me.
I don't regret anything. Everything turned out the way that I wanted it to turn out, and I feel safer and stronger for it. What I apologize for is how I went about it.
I appreciate the apology. But what about the other thing? What about what Joey said about me being in Charlotte's life, being the father figure instead of him? How do you feel about that?
Brian, I mean this when I say it. I'm so sorry that you were put in a position where you ever had to doubt your fatherhood. I'm sorry that I did what I did with Joey. And I'm very sorry that the results are what they are. That you're not the father. And because of that, I really don't want you in Charlotte's life in that way. You can be an uncle to her, be on the sidelines, but given our history and just everything in between that, no, I don't want you in her life like that.
I don't understand why. Why do you give Joey such preferential treatment over me when I've been there for Charlotte more? I am ready, willing, and able to be in Charlotte's life. How can you turn me down?
Because my backstory, your backstory, Joey's backstory, all of us, it's very complicated. My daughter has to grow up and find out that her brother was murdered by my mother-in-law's boyfriend. and that there was paternity test doubts between you and Joey, and all of these details that she's gonna have to learn one day and wrap her head around. I don't want to confuse her anymore. I am trying to have the simplest of lives. Joey is her dad. There is nothing complicated about that. And he's changed and gotten his life together. And I don't fear him.
You don't want to confuse her? Isn't that insulting her intelligence? I'm pretty sure she can grow up and understand what the situation is and was. Don't insult my niece like that.
I'm her mother. And the great thing about being a mother, I've learned, is that you get to believe whatever the hell you want as long as it benefits your child. And I truly do think about the way I'm going about it, and I think that it would benefit her. I'm sorry. But I have to ask, why haven't you brought up redoing the paternity test stuff? Clearly the one your uncle did. It's believable. Clearly the one Nanny Agatha did is believable. They're both the same. But I know you, and how you don't leave stones unturned. And I'm sure there's still doubt. So why don't you, harp on that?
What about that? I went and got an analysis on whether or not I'm actually infertile. Got the counts, the blood work. I did every test under the sun. And in 5 days, I'm getting those results. If I'm not infertile, then you bet I want a real, authentic, unbiased paternity test between me, Joey, and Charlotte. If I'm infertile, then I don't gotta question anything. Gives you a few days to decide how you want to go about this, because if I wind up being her actual father, Miranda, I will find you.
Let's not talk like that, Brian, because let's face it, couldn't find me before.
Yeah, well, last time I didn't really have a team, and I hit rock bottom by myself. But this time around, I have a brother. I have his girlfriend. I have his mom. And I have my uncle. That's all I need.
We'll cross that bridge when we get to it.